Never Death Row Production.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It's Tuesday, March 31st, last day of the month. We have a 15-game Major League Baseball slate on tap for today. Alright, before we get into this one, I took the last 3 days off. I did not like the outcome of Saturday's results. Went 1 for 4 in our bets. I said, let me take the next 3 days off, watch some baseball, look at some of these young prospects, some of these bullpens which destroyed our bets on Saturday. Bullpens, 4 games they killed for us. And then, of course, look at some of these starting rotations, get a feel of some of the guys' rhythm. I like today's slate. Like I said, 15 games on top. But before we jump into it, do not forget at the end of the video, guys, the 3 bets I'll be placing here today myself. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. All right, first game up on the board, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates in Cincinnati taking on the Reds. This series got underway yesterday. The Reds won the first game. In this matchup today, the right-handed pitcher Bubba Chandler on the mound for the Pirates, the left-handed pitcher Brandon Williamson on the mound for the Reds. Looking at Bubba Chandler, he's one of the Pirates' top prospects. They brought him up last year. He pitched towards the end of the season. He did look good. He has very good pitches. He has a nice changeup, 100-mile-per-hour fastball. Then when we look at the Cincinnati Reds side of it, we got Brandon Williamson on the mound, the left-handed pitcher, 23 years old. They like him, but he is technically making this start because Lodolo is hurt. They says once he comes back into the lineup, they're going to send Williamson back down to the AAA. The reason being, he struggles with his command. He has a very high walk rate. Looking at this matchup here today, for Williamson, there's a few guys on this Pirates team that can get to him. That being Burt, that being Reynolds, and Triolo. All 3 of these guys have very good matchup versus the Cincinnati Reds starting pitcher Williamson. On the other side, Bubba Chandler, I do worry about 3 bats in that Reds lineup. That being Ellie De La Cruz, Benson, and Friedel. All 3 of them have a nice matchup against this young pitcher Bubba Chandler. He likes to throw his fastball high and away, and all 3 of those guys match up very well. Get into the picks in this game. Getting into our picks now for this one. The Pittsburgh Pirates do come into this game as the betting odds favorites, and we're rolling with it. Give me the Pittsburgh Pirates in this game on the money line. The game total set at 9, and I do like the under in this game. There is wind blowing, but it's blowing extra left. It's actually blowing straight into foul territory. Like I said, we have 2 teams that can strike out a lot, 2 pitchers that can get guys to strike out. I do like the under 9 total runs in this game today. For our player props, I actually have 2 player props in this game. Triolo of the Pittsburgh Pirates, I like him to have 2 total bases. Bubba Chandler, the starting pitcher of the Pirates, I like him to go over his strikeouts line, over 5.5 Ks. His last 3 appearances last season, he went over this line, all 3 of them having 6 strikeouts, 7 and 7 Ks. In all 3 of his last appearances last season, he'll be seeing a Cincinnati Reds team last year top 5 in the league in strikeouts, and already this season they're top 10 in the league in strikeouts. So I do like Bubba Chandler to go over 5.5 Ks in this game. All right, up next we got the 3-1 Washington Nationals going up against the 1-3 Phillies. The Nationals won the first game of the series yesterday, putting up double-digit runs. In this matchup today, the left-handed pitcher Polan will be starting for the Nationals. I think he's just the opener. Get through the top of the lineup, face Harper, face Schwarber. After that, Zach Littell will come in and take over in the game for the Nationals. Looking at the Phillies side in this one, Painter, the right-handed pitcher, young right-handed pitchers on the mound for the Phillies. He's one of their big prospects. All right, looking at PJ Polin, the opener for the Nationals, the left-handed pitcher. I think the Nationals think he's a left-handed specialist, but when we look at his numbers, it tells another story. Last season, left-handed batters bat .263 against him with 8 home runs. One person I'm scared for PJ for is Kyle Schwarber. PJ throws a hanging slider that tops out at 88 miles per hour. Last season, at home in home games, Kyle Schwarber had 13 home runs versus left-handed bats. Today in Philly, the wind will be blowing straight to the outfield. I do not like this spot for PJ Polin. Then Zach Littell, he doesn't have a good matchup either. The one guy that actually matches up very well against Littell is JT Realmuto. So there is guys in this lineup that can really get to both of the pitchers that will be on the side for Washington in this game. Looking at the young pitcher for Philly in this one, Painter. He's 6'5", he throws a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, he mixes in his changeup in a good curve, he has good command. His problem is the home run ball. He lets up home runs. Looking at this Washington lineup, they've been red hot to start the season, so I can see a few guys like James Wood getting to him in this matchup. Let's get to our picks now. In this game today, the Philadelphia Phillies are the betting odd favorites, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9, and I do like the over in this one. Told you guys there's a few pitchers that will be going in this game that will let up runs. The temperature and weather today is perfect for hitting, perfect for some home runs. I really like the over 9 total runs in this game today. For our player props, I only have one player prop in this one, and it's Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies for 2 total bases. Alright, moving along, we got the White Sox in Miami taking on the Marlins. The White Sox won the first game of the series yesterday, another one where they put up double-digit runs on the home team. In this game today, the right-handed pitcher Eric Fedde on the mound for the White Sox, the right-handed pitcher Jansen Junk on the mound for Miami. Looking at both of the starting pitchers here in this game, Eric Fedde of the White Sox, he's seen a few batters in this Miami Marlins offense before, and the Miami Marlins players have gotten to Eric Fedde. Jansen Junk, he really hasn't seen any of these White Sox in the past. Looking at this White Sox team this season, they have had 2 games where they've put up double-digit runs. Both of them have come during starting pitchers games who only throw the fastball. 98 mile per hour fastball, 100 mile per hour fastballs. They kill fastball pitchers. They will not be seeing that type of guy in Jansen Junk today. There's a guy that knows how to throw the off-speed pitch, knows how to place his pitches well. I actually like Jansen Junk in this matchup today. Getting straight to our picks. I'm not going to waste too much time with this game. The Miami Marlins are the betting odd favorites, and I'm playing them here on the money line. The game total set at 8.5, and I do like the under in this one. For our player prop, one player prop in this one, we're taking Jansen Junk, the starting pitcher of the Marlins, to go over his line, over 3.5 strikeouts. Moving along, we got the Colorado Rockies in Toronto taking on the Jays. The Rockies upset the Blue Jays in the first game of the series yesterday. In this one today, the right-handed pitcher Ryan Feltner on the mound for the Rockies, the right-handed pitcher Max Scherzer on the mound for the Blue Jays. In yesterday's game, the Blue Jays were really caught off guard when the injury happened to their starting pitcher. They immediately had to go to the bullpen without guys really getting proper time to warm up. When those guys came in, the Rockies teed off of them. I don't see this game going anything like that today. You got 2 starting pitchers in this one that can both let up runs. Both of these, well, the Blue Jays bullpen, through the first, I want to say 4 games, they've looked a bit shaky. They have a 4.30 ERA through their first 4 games. Looking at Feltner here, this is another guy, like I said, could get lit up. And then this Rockies bullpen, I have no faith in. So one of my favorite plays today in general is this game total to go over 8.5 total runs. With all that, let's get to the picks here. In this game today, Toronto is the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them on the money line. Like I said, game total set at 8.5. One of my favorite picks of the day. I love the over 8.5 total runs. For our hitting props, for our player props, it's a hitting prop. I like Addison Barger to have 2 total bases. I can see him going yard in this one. He matches up very well against Feltner, the starting pitcher for the Rockies in this game. Up next, we got the Athletics in Atlanta taking on the Braves. The Braves won the first game of the series yesterday. In this matchup today, the right-handed pitcher Cavalli is on the mound for the Athletics. The left-handed pitcher Suarez is on the mound for the Braves in this one. Getting straight to it here, in this matchup, Cavalli, the starting pitcher for the Athletics, this was a guy that had a bunch of good outings last year. This is a guy that gets batters to ground out 60% of the time when he records an out. He's not a strikeout pitcher. He doesn't get pop flies. He's a ground ball pitcher. 60% of his outs last year was recorded by ground balls. Looking at this Atlanta Braves team, the top of the lineup does have pop when you talk about Acuna and Matt Olson, but other than that, Cavalli does match up well against the rest of this Braves lineup. Looking at Suarez here, the left-handed pitcher throws a fastball 96, 97 miles per hour. Does not match up well at all against this Athletics team. There's a tons of guys that can get to him in this one. Let's get to our picks here in this game. In the game today, the Braves are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing the road dogs here. Give me the Athletics on the money line. The game total set at 9, and I do like the under in this one. The weather doesn't look too good in Atlanta today. It's 50 degrees with wind circling, so there's really no wind blowing in one direction. I could see Cabale having an easy time with this Braves lineup. I could see the Athletics getting 3 runs off of Suarez, maybe another 2 off of the bullpen. Overall, I do like the under 9 total runs in this game. For our player prop, 2 total bases, it's a hitting props. I'm taking Brent Rooker of the Athletics for 2 total bases in this game today. Up next, we got the Los Angeles Angels in Chicago taking on the Cubs. The Cubs won the first game of the series yesterday. In this matchup today, Soriano, the right-handed pitcher, is on the mound for the Angels. The right-handed pitcher Italian will be making his first start of this season for the Cubs in this game. Soriano's coming off a very good first start of the season against the Astros, went 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, struck out 7 batters. Looking at this matchup here today for Soriano, I really like this spot again for him. He's a ground ball pitcher. He matches up very well against this Cubs team. A bunch of guys that do not hit the sinker good at all. On top of that, the weather in this game today is pitcher friendly. I love this spot for Soriano, the starting pitcher of the Angels. Looking at Italian, the starting pitcher of the Cubs, a solid starting pitcher who does not have a good matchup here today at all. Guys like Zach Nato, Trout can really get to him. He struggles versus right-handed bats. I do not like this spot for Italian. Let's get straight to our picks now. In this one today, the Cubs are the betting odds favorites, and we're playing the road dogs here again. Give me the Los Angeles Angels on the money line. The game total set at 7.5, and I like the under in this one today. I could see Soriano having success, maybe giving up 1 run. Italian, despite him, like I said, having bad matchups inside of this Angels lineup, I don't see them getting more than 3 runs off of him. Bad weather tonight for hitting. I could see this being under 7.5 total runs. For our player props, we have 2 player props in this game. They're both on the Angels. Give me Zach Neto of the Los Angeles Angels to have 2 total bases. Then we're going to play Jose Soriano, the starting pitcher of the Angels, to go over his strikeouts line, over 4.5 Ks. Alrighty, moving along. We got the New York Mets in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. The Mets won the first game of the series yesterday, a score of 4-2. In this matchup today, Kodai Senga is on the mound for the Mets. The right-handed pitcher Andre Palente on the mound for the Cardinals. Looking at this matchup here, Kodai Senga on the mound for the Mets has good numbers in the past versus this St. Louis Cardinals lineup. Then on top of that, when we look at his starts last season, 8 road starts, he had an ERA of 3.10. This is a guy that the only thing I do worry about him can sometimes struggle with his command. Other than that, this Cardinals lineup, nobody scares me. He matches up very well against everybody in the lineup. Looking at Palente, the starting pitcher for the Cardinals in this game, last season had an ERA of 5.25. This guy really isn't a starting pitcher in my opinion. He should be a bullpen arm. Looking at this spot here, he struggled in the past in his starts against the Mets. On top of that, he really struggles versus left-handed bats. We know the lefties he's going to be seeing in this lineup here today with Lindor and Soto. I do not like this spot for Palente. Getting straight to our picks now. The Mets come into this one as the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5, and I do like the under in this one. I can see Senga holding the Mets to the Cardinals to about 1 run. I can see the Mets getting a 3 or 4 off of Palente. Both of these bullpens come in and shut the game out after that. It's a cool weather day today in St. Louis. I don't really see too many runs being put up. All of that being said to say, I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this game. For our player props, we're taking Juan Soto of the Mets to have 2 total bases, and we're playing Palente, the starting pitchers of the Cardinals, to go under his strikeouts line, under 3.5 Ks today. Moving along, we got the New York Yankees in Seattle taking on the Mariners. The Mariners won the first game of the series yesterday, a score of 2-1. In this matchup today, the left-handed pitcher Max Fried on the mound for the Yankees, the right-handed pitcher Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners. Looking at both of these starting pitchers in this game, I can see both of them coming out and having good games here today. Max Fried, the left-handed pitcher, this Seattle Mariners team actually hits right-handed pitchers much better than they do lefties. We saw the young left-handed pitcher yesterday, Weathers, come out, have success, only gave up 1 run through 6 innings, struck out 7 guys, I should say. So we know this team really struggles with lefties last season. It looks like that trend is carrying over to this season. Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Yankees, a guy that matches up very well against this Yankees team. He does not struggle with his command. He knows how to place that fastball on the corners, knows how to get guys to chase. We know this Yankees lineup is prone to striking out. That's still one of their biggest weaknesses offensively. So I can see a good pitching matchup for both of the pitchers in this game today. As far as the bullpens go, really no advantage on either side for me. It comes down to really the bats. Who's going to be able to produce? I do slightly lean towards the Yankees bats being able to produce, especially when it comes to both of the bullpens getting involved in these games. Like I said, the bullpens aren't bad, but if somebody has to hit, and I do lean towards the Yankees here. With all of that being said, let's get to our picks. This is a lean game for me, isn't? There's nothing swaying me dramatically to either side. It's a lean pick here. I'm leaning towards the Yankees, who are the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them on the money line. Game total set at 7. I love the under 7 total runs. Like I said, two good starting pitchers, two good bullpens. Whether not fit for putting up tons of runs today, I love the under 7 total runs. Getting into our player props here. We have 2 player props in this game. I got Trent Grisham of the Yankees to have 2 total bases, as well as Max Fried of the Yankees to go over his strikeouts line, over 6.5 Ks. Alright, the final game we'll be reviewing here today. We got the Cleveland Guardians in Los Angeles taking on the Dodgers. Cleveland won the first game of the series yesterday, a score of 4-2. In this matchup today, the right-handed pitcher Tanner Bibee on the mound for the Guardians. The right-handed pitcher Shohei Ohtani on the mound for the Dodgers. Shohei will be opening this one up here today. We're expecting at least 3 innings one time through the lineup full. Last season, he was not that sharp. Mind you, he was still coming back from the surgery, so we knew he was going to get back to his pitching form. He did not look the sharpest last year, but there is one big caveat about games where Shohei Ohtani pitches, and that is last year in his 6 starts when he pitched, he bats .360. On top of that, he hit 8 home runs in the games that he starts. He goes crazy offensively when he pitches. I don't know how that works out, but it just does. This guy's unbelievable. In this game today, Tanner Bibee will be pitching for the Guardians. Do not like this spot for him. He has a fastball that tops out at 92 miles per hour. This is a guy that has control problems, and he hangs his changeup sometimes way too much. I do not like this spot for Tanner Bibee. Getting straight to our picks now. The Dodgers come into this one as the betting odd favorites, and we're playing them here on the run line. The game total is set at 8, and I like the over 8 total runs. I can see Shohei giving up 1 or 2 runs. I can see Tanner Bibee getting hit up for 3 or 4, and then both of the bullpens to let 1 run each. This is a day today in Los Angeles where will be wonderful hitting weather, wind blowing straight to the outfield, 70-degree day. Love this over 8 total runs. For our player props, we're playing 2 Los Angeles Dodgers. Matter of fact, we're just playing 1 Los Angeles Dodger. We're playing Shohei Ohtani to go 2 total bases, and we're also playing Shohei Ohtani to go under his strikeouts line, under 6.5 Ks. Reading the scouting, reading the report from the manager, they want Shohei to do at least 1 time through the lineup. They're not going to force him if he starts to struggle. This Cleveland lineup, they were a middle of the pack team last year at strikeouts as a lineup offensively, so they're not an automatic, strikeout team. This is guys that look to get contact on the ball. They do get a lot of pop fly outs. I think the strikeout line is set way too high for Shohei here, so the under 6.5 Ks. Alright guys, before we get up out of here, the 3 bets we'll be placing here today, we'll be wagering a total of $30. 3 bets, $10 each bet. Let's get straight to it. Our first bet we'll be playing is a $10 straight bet. The New York Mets to win on the run line. After that, we'll be playing a 3-leg $10 parlay, where we start off with the Colorado Rockies Toronto Blue Jays game total to go over 8.5 total runs. We're then going to play the Athletics on the money line and wrap it up with the Los Angeles Dodgers on the run line. Then the final bet we'll be placing here today is a $10 4-leg parlay, where we start off with the Miami Marlins on the money line. We're then going to play the Miami Marlins starting pitcher Jansen Junk to go over his strikeouts line, over 3.5 Ks. We're then going to play the Los Angeles Angels on the money line, and we wrap it up with Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers for 2 total bases. Once again, guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. I hope we all can win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.